Hey everyone, I'm back. Today we're going to go through a whole series of exercises. So we're going to do upper and lower body exercises. Along with that, we're going to combine the mobility that we've done recently and even some stretching exercises as well. So we can go and combine it all together today, all right, to give a bit more of a advanced workout or a complete workout if you want to try it at home. So the first thing we're going to do first is mobility of the feet. Like we did last week, we're going to roll the foot out, go on the lacrosse ball. So I'm going to use that one today. I've got a wet one. Pop it down on the ground. Now, as you saw in the last video, I had everyone sitting down. You can do that as well. Okay. I'm just standing up because it's just a little bit easier for me to do that today. So what I'm going to do is just pop it down on the ground. I'm just going to roll around underneath the plantar fascia, get that all mobile. Hopefully, ease off a little bit of tension. All right, back and forth, especially if you've been walking around all day. Handy to do with the exercise we're about to do today as well. What we're going to do as part of our exercises is going to be the split lunge again, but a rear foot elevated one, and a squat with the heels raised, all right? So again, good for mobility, good for overall development of legs, very good for positions if you're feeling restricted as well, okay? And the mobility that we're going to do now to help release certain areas that I feel can be pretty tight to restrict these exercises, we're going to hopefully release a little bit. Now, like last week, or last time we did the exercise of mobility, 2 minutes, so roughly 2 minutes on either side. I'm going to slightly skip ahead today, but just make sure we do 2 minutes, all right? And then we sort of alternate to the other side. So as you can see, I'm just rolling it out. Now if I find a particular spot, I'm going to try and apply that pressure. Again, if you're doing this sitting down, just lean forward slightly, that also helps, all right? Also, if you need to or you feel that you need to, don't be afraid to go into the back of the heel a little bit. Again, just make sure you're stable, okay? You don't want to slip out and hurt your ankle or break your ankle, all right? So, we've rolled out this part of the foot, all right? And then from there, what we're going to also roll out now is we're going to go and do a calf mobility exercise, okay? What we're going to use though with that is something called, a supernova, okay? Don't worry, it's not that kind of supernova. It's just a big, dense one. Now, this one probably a little bit bigger than a cricket ball, but just as dense. So if you happen to have a cricket ball, you can use that. Sometimes what I use is kettlebell handles. So if you've got kettlebells at home with a strong metallic handle base, I don't really like the plastic ones. But if you do have them, just make sure they're like a really, really hard plastic, okay? If you're not sure, use something like the cricket ball or a dense ball, or if you've been using a rolling pin or something like that, or you could even use dumbbells or any weights as well when we do the calf mobility, okay? But we'll get onto that now. What we're going to do is get yourself comfortable, find your spot, cross the other leg over it, so that way you apply pressure, okay? So that way, that also helps, all right? And again, once we get that, we're going to do the pressure in the spot, and believe me, if you find a tight spot in your calf, you'll know about it, okay? You're going to feel it. And once we get that spot, what you want to try and do is bring the toes upwards and then point them out again, okay? Up and down. So what we're doing is plantar flexing and dorsiflexing, okay? And this helps tack down the muscle because we're sort of applying the pressure. We're also trying to move through that range as well. And we're just trying to basically say to the muscle or the body, hey, this is actually meant to move a bit more than what we're used to doing, all right? So we're trying to free that up, which will help out with our split lunge and our squats in a moment. And again, 2 minutes on either side, up and down. Now you don't have to do it constantly. If you want to sit in one particular spot, because you might go, oh, that's really sore there, hold for a few seconds and then sort of release it off, okay? And sometimes what I find that helps, if you want to do circles, that's okay too. May not necessarily hit the calf as much, all right? However, it could be just a little distraction from the soreness that you might have in your calf, okay? Sometimes turn to the side as well. Don't be afraid to get the side of your calf, okay? Not directly just at the back. And work through that. 2 minutes on either side, okay? So if I'm doing the other side, switch, all right? And then same thing. Cross my leg over if I've got a lower object, okay? If you've got a kettlebell handle, you might find that's enough, high enough. Or again, if you need to just cross over, okay? All right, cool. So now I've done 2 minutes on that one. So now, what we're going to go through is go and do the exercises. So we're going to do the split lunge and we're going to do the squat. Let's go ahead and do that. Front foot will go on, from there the back leg out. Now again, whatever's not doing it, or so the back leg, if it's right, turns out slightly to the right. We slightly tilt the hip down or forward, okay, so we can almost feel the stretch occurring. Then what we're doing, both knees are bending, but this front knee is what's going forward, okay? So we go forward, and then back up again, and then simply repeat, okay? Ideally, if you feel that your back leg starts to slip back, like this, stop, reset, get the heel right, okay? Because again, this squares out the hips, and we drive forward, and we come back up, okay? We drive forward with this knee, bending the other knee, and then back up again, okay? Once we've done one side, you're going to switch to the other side. So now my right leg goes on top, my left leg goes back with the left heel slightly turned outward. From the knee goes forward, bending both the knees, and back up. So front knee goes forward, over the toes, okay? Don't be afraid to open up the hip a little bit, that's okay too. You're going to come up, and down, and pushing away. Don't push yourself back, push up. So feel this leg, or this foot, push you upwards, okay? So not going to fall backwards that way, all right? Once you've done that, as part of the program that I've written out for you, 30 seconds rest, or a minute if you really need it, but 30 seconds. Once the time's up, okay, set yourself up for your squats. Now, I'm just grabbing a dumbbell. You don't have to use a dumbbell like myself, but it's the same one where we keep the weight here in front of us, okay? So when we set up, don't go, let the weight drop down. If you're really desperate, can keep it to the side. However, I've seen some people also hold it here, if you want to do that as well. But just for today, I'm just going to hold it here. So now I've done my exercise with the lunges, I've had my 30 seconds rest, and now I'm here. And we drop down, and then back up again. So remember, we slightly tilt the hip, stay upright, elbows up. From there, we let the knees soften, push them forward, down we go, and then back up again. Okay, so we do this for the reps that I've written in the program, and back up again. All right, now once you've completed the repetitions for that, what you'll do is then you'll have a bigger rest. So you'll do one exercise, 30 seconds rest, the next exercise. And then from there, we're going to have a bigger rest. So if you've had 30-30, you roughly have maybe, let's say, a minute and a half, 90 seconds, okay? And then from there, once that time's up, you then go back to the first exercise again. What we're doing here is pairing these exercises together. We're not necessarily supersetting them. Normally what people refer to the superset is you do one exercise, straight into the other, then rest, okay? Today, we're just going to pair them out. So with that, you get this little break in between, but you're still going to get a workout out of it. You're not going to miss out on the benefit of the exercise, okay? Okay, so now we're going to do some upper body exercises, but before we do that, like the same with the lower body, we're going to do some mobility work prior to that. First one we're going to do is we're going to do some rear shoulder or rear delt mobility, okay? Also helps out with the activation of the upper back a little bit. And we're also going to do the thoracic, all right? Now, what I'm going to use today for the shoulder mobility is a band, not a very strong one, all right? If you ever do this with a band, it doesn't have to be very strong. As you can see, it's really thin. I use that, and of course, foam roller with the thoracic, which is one we did the other week as well, okay? So, we've got those two items there. So the first one for the thoracic, what I want you to do is I'm just going to be on a slight angle here, okay? You're going to take the band and hold it, but not to the point that you're trying to hold it really tightly, okay? Because what I want to achieve when we're doing this is that you can feel that you've come back, okay? Not to the complete point of this, so we're not coming all the way back to the absolute nth degrees if you're a runner trying to cross the line. What we want to imagine is that with the band, there's enough tension to hold. So I'll probably start with a little bit of slack, but from there, as you pull back, the tension will slightly increase, and you just roughly want to come to here, okay? And then the other thing we're going to do is, hopefully you can see with my hand, is you're going to slightly rotate the thumb up on both hands. So both hands will have the thumb rotate, and we're going to hold for a few seconds, and then we're going to return back to the start, okay? So now to give you more of a front view, I'm holding here. So you can see I'm already slightly out, the band is somewhat slack. Holding like so, and then what I'm doing is I'm simply pulling it apart, and then I'm going to rotate the thumbs up. Okay, they don't have to go all the way up, but just enough that you can feel that your whole arms are turning. Okay, and then come back. You should feel sensation through the back. Okay, and that creates the activation in the shoulders or in the rear delt area. Also, you should feel a little bit in the middle of the back as well, so like where your spine is and stuff. So from there, again, we pull back and then slightly rotate out. Okay, hold for a few seconds and then return back to the start. Now, if you don't have a band at home, you can use dumbbells. Okay, if you want to do it lying on the floor, it's another way of doing it, or you can do it without the band. Okay, so if you were to do it without the band, just lie down on the ground. All right, as if you're setting up for the push-up. But what we're going to do here is bring the hands out, like as what we were doing before. With your thumbs, what I want you to do is rotate them up like this, as if you're sort of trying to open them out or turn them back behind you. And as you do that, just lift the chest up. All right, lift your chest up, and then back down again. And then just repeat that. So rotate the thumbs upwards, and then lift the chest. Okay, and then repeat. All right, so you can do that as well if you don't have a band. It's another way of activating that upper thoracic area with the muscles. All right, and do the thoracic with the foam roller. So I'm going to pop it here, and again, it's the one where we lie down on the roller itself. Okay, again, in that upper back area, that's what we're after. We hug ourselves, okay, like so. Oh, geez, I can tell you, I'm already getting some mobility back into my back. And then from there, again, keeping the glutes and hips to the ground, hugging ourselves. We just let our chest rise as if we're trying to puff the chest up, and then back forward again, and then repeat. Okay, so again, we're not tipping it over, don't throw yourself over, okay? Up and back. Now, if you don't hear anything crack or move or whatever, don't panic, it's not the end of the world. You just want to encourage that mobility in that area. You just want to let the body know, hey, these are areas that we're allowed to move in, okay? Now, I wouldn't go any lower than where I am, okay? Don't go past your shoulder blades, basically. So stay within that range, okay? But also, don't go onto your neck, all right? We don't need to go on there, all right? Before we start the push-up, all right, one other thing I want you to do prior to that is stretch out the pec a little bit, all right? And we're going to create a little bit more mobility in that area also. So to do this one at home, you can do the typical ones where you see people, they put their elbow on the door and they turn. This one I like doing on the ground, all right? Because what we're going to do from here, when we lie down, is the side we're going to stretch. So I'm going to stretch my right side. Hand goes up. Now, with the hand going up, don't worry about where this part of your arm is going, okay? It's the elbow to the shoulder that I want you to think about. Try and create a 45-degree angle with this, okay? So, from there, you still want to play around with it because, again, everyone's made up differently. The other hand is here, all right? Almost as if you're going to start to press yourself up from it, because that's what we're going to do. From there, what you're going to do is this elbow on this arm goes into the ground, okay? And then from there, you're going to shift your body weight over to the opposite side. So I'm pushing with my left side, pushing myself to my right when I'm pushing down with my right elbow. So I push down with my right elbow, I then push upwards. Now to give more of a stretch, I'm going to tip this left leg over, and then from there I'm just going to feel that I'm feeling through that area of the stretch, okay? You can let the other foot rest over, that's fine, all right? Or you can just bring it here, whatever. As long as you feel that your weight has shifted, all right? Now, some people might need to adjust from here again. They might need to come down a little bit, or they might need to go up a little bit as well. All right, so once you feel like you've got that, hold for a few seconds. Then what I want you to do is completely come back down. All right, so completely relax. And then we're going to repeat that again. So again, elbow presses down. This hand pushes you upwards. You shift your weight across and hold for a few seconds. Now, if you want, you can do the breathing exercises I've showed you before. So you breathe in, and hold for a few seconds, then slowly relax out. And hopefully you'll find that you get more into that stretch. Okay, a few seconds, and then back down again. All right. Now, You repeat that on the other side as well, with the left arm. To do push-ups, I've shown you before, you can do knees and feet, all right? So if you're going to do it on the knees, set yourself up, where a good way to indicate is hands roughly in that line with your chest or your pec. Find where you're at, cool. So when we come up on our knees, what we're doing is, we're not sitting back, so we're not pushing up like this, all right, from the last time I showed you this. We lean forward, all right? So we shift the weight in front of us. Then what we do, now if you want, some people might lift their feet, that's okay too. You're going to bring the chin to your chest and drop forward and then press back up, okay? Adjust your hands if you need to, press back up, fall forward, press back up. That's how we're doing this push up. So in the end, you should be on that 45-degree angle. Sometimes it might help, grip the floor. Grab with the fingers. All right? Cool. So that's the push up. Now, what will happen is you'll have your rest, 30 seconds, or if you feel you need a little bit longer, okay? But no more than a minute, all right? A minute is just, after a minute it's just too long, okay? Especially if you're advanced, you kind of want to, you know, give yourself a little bit of a challenge. Now, what we're going to do with the dumbbells is what's called a renegade row. Now, this one's a bit advanced, okay? To give you an idea, we want roughly to be in line with the shoulder. So if I pop up on my feet, okay, now I can use the wonder of technology to adjust myself. So, yeah, this is where we're going to be. As you can see, I'm on my feet. You can slightly sparse out with the feet, okay, but don't be completely like star jump with it, all right? Because what I want you to avoid doing is turning with it, okay? The main thing of this is the balance, pull, and then repeat. Yeah, as you can see, it's challenging. And what you're doing is you can do one side all together, or you can do alternating, left and right. Very advanced exercise. Like I said, only do this if you feel that you can really balance yourself out, okay? If you find that you're doing the twisting, I would suggest you need to regress and do more of the exercise where you can just tip yourself forward and pull back, even if it's with the band or the towel, all right? That's referred to as a renegade row, all right? Very challenging, but if you're someone who likes a challenge, I would certainly recommend it for you. All right, we're going to use the foam roller again to release some glute activation, all right? This time we're actually going to physically sit on it. All right. So once you're on, you can sit there and just do this for a bit if you want to do that as well, okay? It's just going to help out anyway. But what we're going to focus on is in the same way as you see people when they switch the leg over, okay? So I'm going to work my right side. My right knee crosses over onto my left leg. What I'm going to do from there is lean over to that right side, okay? And from there you should feel the stretch a little bit as well, okay? Or once you start moving back and forth slightly, again, you should be able to massage through that area of the glute. It's not necessarily hitting your glute max, okay, or basically the big muscle, all right, more the mid and med, all right, but we're just releasing tension in that area because your mid and med are involved in, with your feet, if I'm referring to the right side, they assist in the outturn and stuff like that as well. Slightly and also, you know, opening up or assisting in helping out the hips as well, okay? Now if I'm doing the left side, left leg crosses over, knee points out, and I lean into my left, all right? So that's how we're going to do the glutes with the foam roller, okay? What you're going to do here is you've probably seen people do side to side where they drop their knees like so, something similar, okay? But what you're going to do is lie down, feet together, roughly in line with your shoulders. Now what you're going to do from here is bring the feet like so. Now from here, you're going to walk your feet outwards, okay? So it's almost like you're creating this knock knee look, all right? So if I start walking my feet outward, you can see from there, you know, there's only so far I can get, okay? My knees are, you're still trying to draw your knees inward, okay? But your feet are going out with your toes trying to point straight out as possible. Once you've done that, pick a side. So I'm going to pick this side, all right? And then what you're going to do is let that up and then pull back down with this leg. All right, so what you're doing is you're trying to force this one down. If you need to get more grip, do so. try and keep this foot, so if it's my left leg, I'm trying to keep my left leg or left foot, sorry, as much to the ground as possible while pulling down with my right, okay? And then from there, you should feel the stretch. Probably more internal of the inside of the leg, okay? Some people might get a little bit on the outside as well, all right? So again, try and go against that. So try and pull up with this leg, pull down with the right, okay? Once you've done that for a few seconds, relax, and then what you do, feet together again, and then walk out. Now, as you can see, just from that stretch, straight away, my left side has come out a little bit further. So straight away from that, all right? So it's a huge difference. Then from there, if I'm going to do the other side, same thing. Pull down. So using this leg to pull down. Now, if you had someone helping you, it'd be great. It's a lot easier to do with someone helping you. So what I would suggest, if you've got someone at home that's going to help you with this one, okay, what you would do is you lift yourself out. Then from there, just say we're going to do the left side. What they're going to do from there is push you downwards. So from the knee, push you down until you feel the stretch. Let it relax a little bit and then so on, okay? So that's how you do it with someone helping you. All right, ideally you yourself don't want to lift your hips. So if I'm doing the left side, don't go like that. Try and keep it down to the ground as much as you can. Start slowly with it, okay? So don't go walking immensely out as far as you can go because you don't want to have the point where your feet are like this, all right? You want to try and keep your foot to the ground as much as you can, all right? And then from there, again, like I said, using the other leg, pulling it down, try and resist at the same time. So my right leg now is trying to resist my left leg as my left leg is pulling down. Okay, hold for a few seconds, relax, and then repeat as needed. Okay, again, 2 minutes like we've done with mobility. All right? That will help out hips and glutes. All right, free up the hip a bit more. All right, and now from there, what we're going to do is go through some a glute exercise and one core exercise that I like to do with clientele. All right, so let's get into that now. We can do 2 feet or we can do 1 foot at a time. Okay, I'll show you with the 2 foot. And what I like to do is, don't necessarily have to have your feet all the way on the step. I like the idea of having it with the option that you can sort of rock, all right, a little bit, but just enough that you can still, you know, apply pressure to the step, all right? Don't be on your tippy toes because you don't want to sort of push it out and slip, all right? So feet on, roughly in line with the shoulders, okay, not too wide. Now this will take 1 or 2 reps to sort of figure out and go, yep, I'm in the right spot. But what we're going to do from here is, once we get the feet set, we're going to push heels into the step with the idea of pushing our hips straight to the roof, okay? We're not going to push back that way, all right? We're going straight up with it, all right? So what you'll do is as you push down, push forward with it. You should feel the hamstrings engage, okay? And then at the end, give your glutes a squeeze for a few seconds and then repeat. Come back down, all right? Like I said, this will get your hamstrings as well, just a different aspect, but you can also get a little bit of glute, all right? Some people might be aware of this one where your feet are on the floor and you're still lifting the hips, okay? A little bit more glute involved with that one, but I like doing this one because it gives you a bit of, you know, both muscles. And then from there, pushing the hips forward, squeezing the glutes down, and then repeat, all right? If you want to advance this, you can hold a weight here at your hips, just as long as you hold it, okay? Don't go lifting and then next minute the weight slides down and hits you in the face. The other one that some people can do is you put a band around your knees, you resist against the band with your knees, so you open your knees up against the band as you raise up, okay? And then back down again, all right? Good for the hammies, good for the glutes, all right? So that's the first exercise. Now, again, like all the exercises we have, 30 seconds, and then we go on to the next one, okay? There's a couple ways you can do the next one, okay? The mountain climbs. If you can't do the mountain climb, you might see a lot of people do this on the floor, all right? Again, same way, setting up as if you're going to do a push-up. Hands on the ground, feet out, shoulders and everything in line with each other, all right? Now, I don't like the mountain climb bouncing, so I don't like this constant, okay? I personally don't like that because I don't think it gives you a chance to concentrate, same as the renegade row, yeah? I want you to try and concentrate on movement rather than just up and down like crazy, okay? You always want to have good technique, all right? And if it means that you have to go a little bit slower, then so be it, all right? Practice, practice, practice. And then when you're done practicing, you practice some more. So, if you can't do it on the floor, because the floor is pretty advanced, you can, again, use the step, or you can use another bit of elevation, okay? All right, however, for now, I'm going to show you with the step, all right? And I'm going to show you with the floor, just quickly. So on the floor, hands set up to that push-up like I said before. And what we're doing here is we set up, okay, and slightly lean forward, so we're not back like this, all right? Slightly lean forward again, we're imagining we're doing a push-up. From there, what I want you to do is with your knee, so if I'm going to use my right leg, I'm going to draw my right knee to my right elbow and then back down again. Notice how my foot is in the air and then back down, okay? And then I repeat on the other side. Cool? So as you can see, I didn't do that really fast, all right? I'm not after that, although you don't have to do it that slow either, because that obviously creates more tension in time, all right? So, but what I want you to work on is knee up, back down again, all right? But what I hate is this, where people go, I don't like that, okay? And the other one I've seen is they're right up here and they're doing this, okay? I'm not after that either, okay? I find that that gives you nothing, all right? Now, if you can't do it on the floor like that, use the step. The step gives you a little bit more of an angle, okay? So it's not as directly down, okay? Up we go. Everything is the same. You still want to lean forward slightly so your wrist is over your chest, all right? So you're not back here again. And then the same thing, you just draw up, back down. Draw up, back down. Cool? So that's the mountain climb. As you can see, some of them are exercises you've done before, some of them are a bit more advanced, okay, and some of them are a little bit new for others. With that, there's a range, I've hopefully given you a range of exercises throughout these weeks, even the mobility ones as well. Again, if you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to find me or send me a message. You'll see I'm in the Sons of the West Facebook group as well. Anything is always better than nothing, all right? But again, safety first, make sure you can do it and start slowly and then build up, all right? Because once you get going, you'll find you get better. I think there's another quote that I've heard is that you don't get better at it, you just simply get stronger.